Hi, how are you over there, Prez?
I'm awesome. How you doing today, Miss Lisa?
Okay, I'm doing good with your big bright smile over there. All right, so let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday live stream. I am Lisa J. Stocks. As always, I am here with Prez, the investor. But before we get started today, it's a special week. It's Prez's birthday week. So we are going to be celebrating him as well as always, what we do over here, give our financial discussion, our chat for the week. So happy birthday to you, Prez. I know it's a little
Thank you
early,
so
but
much.
happy birthday, happy early birthday to you, Prez.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You are very welcome. And so wait.
Y'all gonna have
Hold
me
up.
cheesing the whole stream. I'm be like this, like.
Wait. Okay. I did this all wrong. Wait a second. Guys, first things first.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Okay. Now back to the show. Press. Marilyn can do it better than me. So I have some little things that are going to assist me in today's show. Uh, let me go back. And guys, I'm streaming the banner today. I don't do this every week now, guys, but you guys want to send Prez a little birthday blessing, check out channel membership, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hint. Let's get back to the comments.
That was awesome. That was awesome. You almost made me cry.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just try to get my little, can I pin this here? I don't know how to pin it from here. I don't think I can do it from the studio. I'm going to have to do it from my phone, but okay, let me just pop this up because Prez, can you get us started with our topic of the week?
Today's topic is pretty much self-explanatory. It's already on the screen. If you fail to plan, you are basically planning to fail, especially when it comes to your personal finance and your retirement goals. I'm not sure of everyone's age, but now is the time, if you're not doing so already, to be making these types of plans. Better late than never is better than waiting for the last minute and depending on the government to take care of you once you reach that age of retirement.
Okay. Let's see. We're getting some comments in here. Okay, I'm seeing. I think everything is working okay.
Thank you,
Um,
Chocolate Drop. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Y'all gonna make me cry, man. Y'all gonna have me. Y'all know I'm a crybaby.
oh, well, I forgot what I was over here trying to do. Okay, give me 2 more seconds. Give me 2 more seconds. Okay. All right. I pinned my message. All right. So let's get started. So Number one on the list is the exit plan. And I know with this one, you wanted to elaborate on the rule of 25. So let me pull down our title and let you get started on that piece of our. We're going to be going through 7 different points today. But get us started. We're on number one.
Okay, number one, you should already have your exit plan mapped out before you even enter, whether it be entering into the market in general, whether it be entering into a trade. But today I'm speaking more on actually entering the market because I don't want you to second guess when is it time to sell something or when is it time to take profit on something or things of that nature. So basically what I did was I wrote everything down, and this is very important. Write it down, take notes, like Chocolate Drop says in the chat. This is very important. You will want to choose the age that you would like to retire. Then you would need to calculate the amount of passive income that you would need to achieve this goal, meaning you don't have to work for this money anymore. It's automatically coming in via dividends or what have you. And I basically use the rule of 25. Lisa, I believe you have the slide for it, and it basically gives me a guideline as to how much I'm going to need once I reach the age of retirement to sustain my life, whether it be going on vacation, paying my regular bills, and things of that nature, comfortably.
No, I did not have that up, but I can try to pull up one for us. Let's see. I
Do
don't
I
know how
have
to.
it? Let me see if I have it.
I don't know how this is gonna. Excuse me. 1 second. Let me just share screen, and we can take a quick look at it. I don't think it's not the best formatting right now, but let me see one more thing. Reset. Let me try to zoom it. No, I can't zoom it that way. But we'll just take a quick look at it. Not exactly so. No. All right. Can you kind of see how the image is breaking out? So, if you want to have a certain amount of money, say 30,000 or 40,000 per year, that's in the very last column. You have to aim to have a certain amount invested. Say $1 million corresponds to 40,000 per year. $750,000 corresponds to $30,000 per year. So basically what you're trying to explain, right, Prez?
Right.
Okay, okay. And, there's no formula for this because none of us know when our day is coming, but we have to be as prepared as possible because who knows? Well, we can be like Warren Buffett and still be around. How old is Warren Buffett? 93 or 94? He's way up
Something like that. I thought he was like 123.
there. Not yet. I actually just went to the cemetery yesterday, and one of my grandmother's best friends, she passed away about a year ago. She was 101 years old.
Wow.
My grandmother did not make it nearly as long. She passed away when she was about 67 years old.
Wow.
But just we don't know, but we have to be prepared. So, yes, I think the only thing I wanted to maybe share in this topic, number one here, let me get caught up with the chat in a second too, is that yeah, take the time. Take the time in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s. Don't think that, we'll figure this out later because that's the time you can put in the work to connect with whoever your retirement is invested with and give them the information. If you don't have a plan, this is what this whole thing is about. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So if you don't know you don't know where the bar is, you don't know if you're on track, if you don't set a goal, then how do you know if you're achieving it? How do you know if you're going to have enough money? Just you can't say, "Oh, I'm working, I contribute." Are you contributing enough? Do you know the performance? Do you know the expenses? You have to just not take it lightly and just look at the big picture and put the work in there. All right. So let's take a second, guys. If you're just getting in here, we're having our weekly financial discussion / it's Prez's birthday. Okay. So I have the Cash App scrolling. It's going to probably scroll all episode for this week. So feel free to use those. And thank you guys for tuning in. I see channel members in the chat. Thank you, Curvy, Blessed Life Journey. Thank you, everyone that has just tuned in. Brandy, Nana Foods, Realist. And thank you guys for all the birthday
Thank you so much.
messages.
I really
So
appreciate this.
today we're going to be going through 7 points, and we just finished number 1. Now on to number 2, determining your consistent investment amount. So you want to start off on this one too, Prez?
Yes. So this is how I came up with the amount that I was able to invest comfortably. I went through my entire budget. That means what comes in, what goes out, things of that nature. And then I looked at what's left over. So once I determine how much I can invest comfortably on whenever I get paid, I cut that in half just in case something comes up, an emergency or something like that. I'm going through hard times. Maybe I lost my job or something like that. I'm still able to come up with at least half of what I normally would invest. And whenever I'm able to invest that full amount that I predetermined, whether it be a downtime in the market or I came across some extra few dollars or something like that, then I'll do so that way. That way, I'm able to make sure that I'm consistent no matter what.
Yes, 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 definitely. I think that a lot of people, when it comes to their savings as well as their investing, when something comes up, it gets taken out of it and it's not considered a necessity. We're going to make sure to pay our rent, our mortgage, the electric bill, the car insurance, but why are you letting paying yourself first, paying yourself, taking care of your future self, prioritizing investing, not just using all of your money, but making sure that you're putting some of your money to work for you. It just seems to fall off of the list. And we can't always let all the distractions of the vacation and going to the football game and whatever just make sure that you have those buckets for the entertainment and the other things so that you're not always tempted or going to your investments as the place to find that extra money that you need. And Pipeline got in. You're not late. You're not late. We're here.
It's all good.
Thank
We
you for
had a kind of
tuning
like a
in.
we didn't start late, but we got on task kind of late. We got a lot going on today.
Okay. All right. So being consistent. All right. So anything else you want to talk about on that? And do you want to touch on the any calculators that they can use in order to there's retirement calculators and investment calculators that I think that everyone should take some time to plug some numbers into it. If you're and in addition to that, I think you should set up a time to call your broker and especially, I mean, where your retirement is with if you're working with your employer, your 401k or 403b, set up a call with them, or if they do come to your job facility in order to have a in-person meeting, see if you can get there in person or set up a time and put a little work into getting an understanding and knowing if you are on track with a plan. But there are also online calculators that you can try out on your own. And, we can talk to you, or you feel free to ask questions in the chat or after the video is, up, on ways that just to show you what would be a good rate of return. Are you, is, do we feel, if you want our input, that your portfolio is on track to really gaining in comparison to the market and to what is currently going on? Is the performance on track? So anything else you can share on that, what I just added to what you were talking about there, Prez?
I personally use investmentcalculator.com. You can
Mhm.
use it on your phone, you can use it on your computer, anywhere. I personally got it saved to my favorites because I'm constantly going through and playing with different numbers just in case I'm able to, maybe invest more or something like that, or maybe I have to dial it back a little bit because I'm going through hard times financially. I try to get a overall view on how long it's going to take me to reach my overall goals.
Okay, okay. All right. So let's move on to point number 3. Having an emergency fund in the high yield savings account. And I think it's great that, we've been incorporating this into our channels and what we talk about, because you have to have a balance, in my opinion, between saving and investing, because I don't feel that you can be a truly successful investor without having savings so that you're not tempted or in need of dipping into investments and they can truly remain investments. So why did you want this as one of the points today, Prez?
I believe it's very important, number one. And number two, it keeps you from putting your hands into the cookie jar, meaning your longer term investments if you were to fall down on too hard times. I personally been through this before in my own personal journey, whereas though, the bill is behind or I got a fine or something like that that I need to pay immediately or something like that, to whereas though I had to dip into my longer term investments and to take care of that debt that I had. So it's always good to have some sort of emergency savings fund, at least 3 to 6 months. I personally would be shooting for a year's worth of your income, so whereas though if any emergency arises, then you're able to cover that and not have to worry about touching your longer term investments. And I personally use Ally Bank because I get a nice I get a nice percentage return on my cash that I have sitting there in my savings account.
Mhm, mhm. So, yeah, it is important. A a year, that would be great of having a whole year savings, but you have to think about that for yourself and think about your circumstances. Do you have young children? Do you have additional, people that contribute to your bills with you? Are you a single, household? Or, there's just so many elements, but and as well as if you were to laid off or there was some interruption with your job, how long would it take you to find another? And I know that these are variables that it's hard to figure out, but another thing that you should sit down and just kind of put a little time and effort into thinking about these things because as we said, the theme of today is failing to plan is planning to fail. So with all of these different elements when it comes to your financial well-being, you have to put in the work in order to make sure that you're trying to make yourself be on in the best position possible when things happen. And they always do, whether it's, with the job or just expenses, unexpected medical expenses, car expenses, house repairs. It's just always something. So, all right. Thank you, Ray, for tuning in. I see Pipeline made a comment here about, I think that they're trying to talk about if we didn't have to pay, if we had a choice on contributing to Social Security or investing it ourselves. I most definitely wish we did not have to contribute. I know for some people it works out better for them because they would not have invested all of these years, and when it comes time, they wouldn't have anything. But for me, I wish that I was able to take that money. It wasn't forcibly deducted from me, and I was able to invest it myself because I know that I could handle it and grow it into so much more than what I'm going to be getting after all these decades of working when retirement comes along. Have you guys were chatting about that over on one of your lives, Press?
I believe we were. I also seen a video. I think I seen that same video that he's referring to. I just don't see that happening. It's like wishful thinking. Like imagine if they would have done something like that, but the way the system is designed, it's
Yeah.
like we're basically slaves to the dollar. The way as though
Mm.
they could just print it out of thin air, and we're gonna continuously blood, sweat, and tears to get it. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it be legally or illegally, everyone in this that's walking this landmass that we're currently residing at are basically slaves to the United States dollar.
Yeah. But it's just sad to know that, we have the knowledge and we know that the amount that they deduct from us when we're working, whether,
Hmm.
whatever amount you're working, that we could do so much better with it. Why aren't they doing better for us? And when we retire, it's more substantial than whatever the average amount is, what, 12 to $1,600 monthly, around somewhere around there. It's just so disappointing to know that this is the system that is imposed upon us. So, all right. Anything else you want to highlight before we move on?
Um, it's not really a why to me. It's more so I already know what I'm up against. So that kind of drives me to, well, not kind of, it definitely drives me to gain as much knowledge as I possibly can so that I can take matters into my own hands because I already know they're not coming, they none of them coming to save us at the end of the day. They
No,
want us
no.
to basically work until we die.
Okay. Yes, worker bees. That's what they need out there. Lots of us. Um, all right. So guys, I'm gonna take a quick station break. Let me see.
Now is the time to ask yourself, did you hit that like button? It is still free 99.
All right. So guys, we are having our stock talk as well as guess what?
Happy birthday to you.
Celebrating Prez's birthday. So we are who is over here? Why I just had that. Um, so let's move on to point number 4. And guys, if you're not already, subscribe to both of our channels. Don't just hit that like button. If you enjoy our content, if you enjoy our weekly show, make sure to subscribe. What? You don't like Betty Boop? Listen, we did Marilyn Monroe already. Did you miss that one? um, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We both are now monetized. You can send a super chat. You can check out channel membership. And the cash apps are scrolling for this week because it's a special week. All right. So let's move on to anything else you have for the station break or anything in the chat?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, giggly over there. All right. So, yeah, Prez's birthday is coming up this week. Happy birthday to all of the Virgos that may be out there also. I think we have about another week before the end of
Hmm.
Virgo season. Okay. So, we're running down 7 steps that you can do in your planning of your financial.
She said, "Can I say it again? It was so short."
It was so sure. Listen, I have more. I have more.
He
Maybe
said he missed Monroe.
we'll play more. We'll play more because I was getting a little. I didn't know what to do with myself last on Friday night. Was it Friday? Yeah, I set up the live on Thursday because I knew I had extra stuff to do this weekend with you.
Okay.
You know. Okay, so the one. Thank you for tuning in. You miss
Thank you.
Monroe? I'll play it
Thank you
again
so
for you,
much.
realist. If you're still here, let me know and I'll play it again for you. But we gotta stay on track because we also Prez didn't say to cancel the show and just have a birthday party. So we have a show.
Nope. Business as usual.
Yep. It was football Sunday, Prez's birthday. We just had to keep it going. All right. So now we're on to point number 4, which is eliminate consumer debt. Now, I brung this up here. I just got this. I got this in the mail. I did a video recently about this. I don't know if it's going to show. This came in my update from my Macy's.
Oh
My
my
Macy's
goodness.
my Macy's card, 34.49% is the update that I
Interest.
got in the mail. So be careful of these individual cards. But before I go more into that, and why is this something that um you wanted on the list for our planning, Prez?
Speaking from experience,
Mhm.
speaking from experience, um, I'm personally a victim of choosing one of those trashy credit cards and not being able to keep up with it. Not like I was being negligent or anything like that. Life happens at the end of the day. Like a year ago, I had, something, really bad happen in my life and kind of took me, off of my high horse for real. So that consumer debt, oh my goodness, that especially credit card debt that's high interest. If you fall behind on them payments, it's gonna be like a compound interest snowball working against you. So No matter what, get rid of it. No matter what, get rid of it. Even if you have to put in extra hours at work, start a side hustle, whatever, get rid of that high interest debt.
Yes, yes, because you're in a battle if you're, especially if you're just getting started out with a particular investment, you may not be up nearly what you are battling in the interest on your credit card fees. They could be easily on your major credit cards in the 20s. Never mind store cards like a Best Buy, or like I just showed you, Macy's. Those individual cards are even higher. So I am a credit card person. I use credit cards for as much of as possible for my gas, groceries, just everything. Even my car insurance, some of my utility bills. I use credit cards because I want to tap into the rewards, whether it's cash back or points. But what I'm doing is some of them, it's almost immediately as the charge hits, I am paying off the bill. Because if it's car insurance, that's a regular expense that I am ready to face. Now, if it's something like I had to have a $900 car repair, still okay. I'm putting it on my credit card. I may then have to pull some money out of savings um in order to pay it off. But same concept. It's just a matter of I'm using my credit and not trying to carry any balance unless I do have a special. Sometimes I do take advantage of, say, an 18-month or 12 months or something interest free if I was buying like a bulk of material at Home Depot or something like that. But outside of that, I am just striving to just use the cards, pay it off, and not even have to worry about this. Because if I'm going to Macy's to buy some MAC lip gloss and a pair of shoes, even if they are on sale, do I want them to sit on this card and get hit with 34.49% interest?
Mm-mm.
So what stories can you tell about bad, usage of credit cards, or some having to use the card, and like how long would you say, like worst case scenario, does something linger on your cards for?
I had a balance that was, constantly increasing like for like 3 months before I finally was able to get a grasp of it. But it
Mhm.
was almost more than half of what my credit card limit was. Like the credit card was already maxed out because I had to pay a bill right away. So it was almost times and a half by the time I was able to get it caught up and paid down to zero balance. You understand what I'm saying? And it was one of those, basically one of those starter credit cards because I didn't always have good credit. So I had to take one. Well, I didn't have to take it. I took the first thing smoking because, yeah, it's a credit card. I could just start building on my credit this way versus me waiting longer and trying to get one of those top notch credit cards that I probably would have never gotten. So I've looked at that as a tool to build my credit up. Is just unfortunately life happened and I wasn't able to keep up with it at that point in time. But it's gone now. You can believe that because it's not going to keep on
Oof.
accruing this extra interest when at the end of the day, the main reason why I say get rid of that high interest debt, you should be able to invest a lot more for your long-term investment so that compound interest can work in your favor instead of it working against you by keeping that high interest credit card debt or student loan debt or whether it was a loan or car loan or what have you.
Okay. Prez used the example of 3 months. Man, listen, I was carrying debt for more than 3 years, never mind months. I was carrying
Mm.
debt for many years. And like Prez is explaining, and it was growing and growing and growing. And this was in my 20s, because when things happens, I didn't have what we're talking about here. I didn't have a substantial amount of savings in order to use the credit card and then clear it up and then build up the savings. No, it had to be on my credit card until I could pay off that credit card balance. And when things would happen, especially if things happen quickly, never mind, just sometimes just the basics of, keeping up with keeping gas in the car and groceries on the table. And those little kids, they keep growing out of their shoes and clothes constantly.
All they do
uh,
is eat.
so yeah, but thankfully that cycle or that phase of life, I've gotten through it, and now I have things the way that I want. I have savings, and I'm not carrying any debt to talk about other than my mortgage debt. So let me say thank you to Kevin of Tuber Chat for gifting a membership. And I see that Nana Foods got the membership and she is in the chat also. So congratulations and thank you, Kevin. And I saw that someone was mentioning an article. Let's see, was mentioning an article about Yahoo Finance and people focusing on their 401k balances. So maybe that's something we can talk about another time, Press. But yeah,
Okay, I see it.
you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see. Thank you guys for everyone who has just tuned in. We are having our Stock Talk episode / Prez's birthday party over here this week. And let's see. So we just finished point number 4 of our 7 points that we're going to be going through today. So should I read? I think, because I don't know how many people were in here when we first got started. I'm going to give a little throwback.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Okay. So that was how we started off the show for you guys who got here a little bit late. But let's get back to the comments. Trutches,
Thank
happy
you. Thank you everyone for
birthday.
the birthday wishes. Y'all trying to make me cry.
Mastermind, thanks for tuning in. Darius.
I also saw Tay East in the chat. Hello. Hopefully your day is awesome.
Oh, yep, here goes Tay. Thank you. All right, and let's take a quick look and see something else I always forget. Let's see. Do we have? Thank you to Gary and Curvy and Young Riaz, Jay Jordan. Thank you for everyone who has been sharing out the live. Yep. Now, Realist got to see it. Okay. So now on to point 5, creating multiple streams of income. So you want to touch on this a bit, Prez, and you want to share any jobs that you've had overlapping?
Let's see, man. I done sold waters. I done sold waters. I done all kinds of stuff. Different apps on my phone, like playing different games. In my leisure time, I might be sitting there waiting. No, I might have a doctor's appointment or something like that. I'm sitting in the waiting room playing a little game in my leisure, but I know I'm getting paid for it eventually. It's like nothing. All these dollars add up at the end of the day. I've seen other content creators talk about different surveys that they get paid for taking surveys and things of that
Mhm.
nature. It's like you got to use the most out of your time. It's like time management will better your life at the end of the day versus you sitting on Facebook, or no knock to anyone who does this, or you watching reality shows and things of that nature. Like those aren't important. Those people already got their money at the end of the day. That's how I would like for people to start looking at these type of things. Nothing wrong with entertainment, but try to keep it to a minimum. Just think you could be using that time to create some sort of dollar.
Okay. Yeah. Uh I think that for me, just like we were talking about the emergency funds, I don't think we really dwell. You did touch on you use Ally. I happen to
Mhm.
use Discover, as well as having when we have our funds sitting in the our brokerage accounts. The rates are about 5%
Mhm.
there. So yeah, I just want, whether it's having to pick up a second job, or, take advantage of using Rakuten when I'm shopping, uh, making sure I have a higher APY on any savings that I have sitting. Every dime, every penny matters to me, because if I just let it sit over at the Chase or the Bank of America, I'll be making basically nothing at 0.01%. Even on a substantial amount of money, you're still making just a few pennies. And it's just something that I think we all need to be mindful of, because I'm happy even if it's 10 cents a day. I'd rather get 10 cents a day than 2
Mhm.
cents for the whole month, which
Mhm.
might not sound, might sound silly to some of you, but I'll take it
It
because
adds up, believe it or not.
yes.
It adds
Yeah.
up quickly. Something else that I do, I use like say if I want to order pizza, I use the app. That way I'm getting points, for each time I make a purchase. Before you know it, I got a couple free pizzas. This was one night I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't have to spend $30, $40 for the family to eat pizza. I just use my points from the app. And I believe McDonald's has the same thing. I'm not a big McDonald's patron, but I know my children's mother, she goes there a lot. So they always have a lot of points. They
Yeah,
may call me up like, we got some points if you out and about and you want to stop at McDonald's. I'd be like, I don't want that. But anyway, thanks. I know I got it if I need it.
yeah,
So,
I know what you mean. When you pull up to McDonald's, they say, "Are you using a code number today?" or
and most
something.
people say no. And most
Oh,
people say no.
but yeah, we gotta tap into all of it. And here, Nana's still here. Congratulations on that gifted membership. You're not gonna drop some members emojis for me today?
Oh, you throwing cheap shots, huh?
Guys, I requested, even though I'm only a gifted member over on Prez's side right now. I put my 2 cents in, and I've requested some members emojis and little badges for us.
Talking about where my member emojis and badges at.
So, Chocolate Drop is sharing, if you have a phone, you can make money. Yes. I'm probably leaving some money on the table, because you need to stack these things, as far as
Mhm.
like, I have a certain credit card that I use when I purchase gas, and I get 3% cash back. But I know there are other apps and things that I probably could be pairing along with that in order to gain more points and rewards some kind of way. But I'm trying, and I can definitely check out channels like things that Chocolate Drop has shared, or It's the Bankroll, and some other YouTubers that are up on this, and really tapping into using these type of things to gain a little extra money for us. I think it's budgeting the bacon. I think she also does things like that from time to time. Yes, and thank you, Anyfin Possible, for sharing out the live and for tuning in. So they said, I try to teach my boys passive income and the ability to make money without doing anything. I tell them it's like dropping a crab trap. You
You
don't have
don't
to
do
do.
nothing but set it up and wait.
Yes,
I
yes.
like that. She also says, I let them sell eggs and veggies from our tiny farm. This year, we set up a fridge out there so we don't need to be there. And that kind of segues into point number 6, preparing your successor. Who's going to take control of this empire that you worked so hard to build, especially if you're the first one in your generation to do so. So you're starting a legacy. So who's going to take over once you're gone? The last thing, what I notice, I see in a lot of movies and things like that, like the wealthy person to die off, and they'll leave their inheritance to the children, but they didn't give them, still in them the knowledge to keep the legacy going. So the children blow through the money, and next thing you know, the family has nothing because the children didn't know what to do with that money. They were showered with gifts. They went to all of these Ivy League schools and things of that nature, and they got the inheritance and blew it, or they sold the land or something like that.
Agreed, agreed. So preparing your successor. So what do you want to give, like, any specific insights? I know one thing I wanted to share in this area of these are our last points of preparing a successor and making sure you have everything in a like a written format and having that plan. One story I wanted to share is that I was the executor for my father. My father passed away when he was 56 years old back in 19, not 19, in 2017, he passed away. And I was the executor. He brung me, it was like about a little 1 inch binder with all of the documents and the information in it. And he told me, I expect you to handle things. And I said, okay. And I barely looked through it. I read a couple of pages when he gave it to me initially. And then I put it on the shelf. And I never touched that binder again until he was gone. And I'm sharing this story because I want you guys, if you are called upon to do this job, to take a detailed look and really understand what you are called upon to do. Know that, and you also have to accept at that time that you are going to follow this person's wishes. If they say give 75% of my money to this, and you keep 5% for yourself, and do, and this is what I want you to do with, as far as my last wishes, you have to realize that, you are accepting this, and it doesn't make me in my I shouldn't have turned a blind eye to it, because I needed to have my head around that before the day came, and I barely knew where anything was, and didn't really even have a full understanding of what his wishes were. So I hope that story didn't drag on, but having something written to give to that person, um, that you trust and is responsible for this, and making sure that that person takes a look at it. And if they've never been in that situation before, you may need to tell them, add that part to it and say, hey, we're going to go through this one time together, because you never know when the day comes. So, Prez.
Also, on top of that, invest for your children if you have children, if you have grandchildren, and I would recommend that you invest for them as well. And not only that, but also teach them how to invest so once they reach the age of majority, they're able to continue the legacy.
Mhm. Yes, I definitely want my daughter. I talked to my daughter about, we just had a little get together with her as like a back to school, a little kickoff, just to kind of give her encouragement getting started on this new school year a couple weeks ago. And that, this wasn't a back to school topic, but I threw it in there of making sure that, as you're getting older, exactly what you're saying, that we're preparing her for the day when she has to take over her accounts herself, when she has full access and can do what she wants to do. Because, I'm trying to teach her the balance that we're always talking about over here, because I don't want her to be. I see adults that go through this struggle of something comes up and then they're selling their Apple stock. And, I want her to understand that she has savings, she has money in a CD, she has money in a savings account, but she also has investments. And I hope that her investments can remain invested until she is truly ready to say, okay, I'm ready to take profit, or I'm ready to let this particular position go for whatever reason. That it's not anything of, I need money, that she's looking to it because she wants to go on a vacation or something. Just make sure you have a balance and you have a plan. That's what the whole theme of today is having that plan. So, um, anything else? So, like I said, we kind of touched on part number 6 was preparing your successor, and number 7 was having a written plan. Anything you want to touch on as far as the written plan and a little more detail on that, Prez?
Writing it down is go back. It goes back to where we first began writing it down. All of this should be written down and updated regularly. Regularly, I wouldn't just write it down once and never look at it again. Like, this is something I look at my plan like daily. It's in a little book like this, and I can actually fit it in my pocket and carry around with me if I so choose. And if anything changes, whether it be mentally or something like that, something I'm considering making changes to, I jot it down. I write so many notes, it's ridiculous. I got so many different notebooks, it's ridiculous because it's very important to write it down. That way you can go back and look at it versus it be a thought and you get distracted by whatever it is that's going on in your life, and you forget you forget to start that account. You forget to make that deposit, or you forget, and next thing you know, everything is just passing you by because time is not going to wait for you. It's not going to wait for me. It's not going to wait for no man.
Yes, yes, yes. Agreed, agreed. So
I
we
see a
trust.
comment by Pipeline. He said, I don't know about everyone else, but when I determine a comfortable amount to invest, I set a percentage versus dollar amount because paycheck amounts for me at least aren't the same exactly every time. I do the same thing because my income varies. So I try to do a percentage like 10% of for every dollar, 10 cents. For every dollar I make, I need to try to invest 10 cents or at least 5 cents. So I use the percentages as well.
Okay, okay. So we've gotten through our topic of the day. I think. Let's see if we have any questions. Having a trust, yes, yes. So, yeah, it's very important, and I think I saw in the news recently, or might have been like a reel or something, a guy that he passed away, and he had, like, an ex-girlfriend as his life insurance beneficiary. That's what I
Hmm.
was thinking about as you were touching on making sure that things are updated, you know? You might be distracted even if it for some reason the person that you had listed passed away before you. There's just different things that circumstances that can change, and we have to be keep things up to date like that. Or make sure that you have multiple layers of like it goes to these three people, but you know, like there was a recent accident that I heard about in Florida where I think seven or so family members were all in the same vehicle, and only one family member lived out of this particular accident. So you don't you think that you're covering it by listing one person, but by having additional people listed. I know it's not anything, it's that morbid stuff that people don't like to think about, but you have to have a more detailed plan at times that so that we can know who goes to next, because it might go to without instructions, it may go to a relative or someone that legally is the next person in line, but it's not the person that you truly would want to be that successor in the situation. So,
Or in worst case scenario, it could end up being going right back to the government,
oh
meaning
yeah.
that rather you may have had some land or something like that. It was taxes that was supposed to be paid on that land, and land is hard to come by. Land is the real wealth, in my opinion, versus any dollar or anything like that, because land is so resourceful. You can do so much with land. You can
Mhm.
it's the list just go on and on. I'm not even going to go into how much you can do with a piece of land, even if it's just a small piece of land. You can do so much with it. It's so resourceful.
Yeah, when you talk about that, when it comes to my real estate business, I can't tell you how many houses that I have looked at or read the description, you know, the details for that it said, um, that the property is in probate and they're not quite sure exactly when it's gonna be get out of probate and be able to sell and close on the property. I have seen that. I couldn't tell you, like I said, how many times. And it didn't turn me off to the process because if it's a good property, but just knowing that this happens so frequently that someone did not have the properties properly listed, the detail of what was going to happen, and now the families have to go through these steps and take the time to work it out in that way. So, okay, okay, okay. So, guys, if you have any questions, if you haven't already, wish Prez a happy birthday. Uh, let's keep it going. And let's see. That's why we have the today we have the banner running with our cash apps. If you want to send a little birthday gift, and Give me a quick second. Listen, I don't want us to get any strikes. I don't know about how long to make things, but I tried to make some little cute things. Did you like that one, Press?
Yeah, yeah, I love that one. Thank you. Thank you for
Of
all of
course,
the birthday
of
wishes.
course, of course, we have to get Stevie in there.
For those who don't know, tomorrow I will be 46 years young.
If you say so, Press.
I will. I will.
I'm just messing with you. Thanks for tuning in, Tamika. So, Marketplace Boutique. So, what else, Prez? What else do you want to talk about? How has your weekend been so far? What did you do? Anything? Did you do anything nice on Friday or Saturday night?
Actually, I did. Well, last night I watched a little bit of boxing. Sat down and watched the fight. Canelo Alvarez fought last night for those who are in the boxing or maybe you heard of him before. But other than that, nope. I'm
Oh,
still keeping my eyes on the prize. Like I'm not where I need to be, where I would like to be yet. Um, so I'm basically doing a lot of studying and staying motivated to stay the course because I got a lot of work to do. My starting point is nowhere near a lot of other starting point is, so I feel like I'm still playing catch up. So until I don't feel like I'm playing catch up anymore, and I could just put this on cruise control, then it's just all work, work, work for me right now.
okay. So, do you on like on over the weekends or Sunday? Do you figure out what levels you're going to be looking at for options on Monday morning when it comes to SPY or QQQ or whatever you may be trading?
I normally do that like right before I go to bed on Sunday night, like tonight, like probably
Mhm.
after we end the stream and I have dinner and have my exercise and everything like that, then I'll go over the charts and look for levels and things of that nature. But other than that, I try to keep it off of my mind over the weekend. I like to, just do research, try to learn as much as I possibly can, whether it be stock market related or other things related, because I'm always researching for something because we've been taught a lot of lies at the end of the day. So I'm diligently searching for the truth. I'm what you call a truth seeker on a lot of aspects. And I just be always working, always reading, always looking at some sort of documentary or something like that. And
Mhm.
that's just my life right now. People are like prayer is boring. So what? I want to better myself and my future generations. That's what it's all about. Generational wealth. It's not just get yourself rich and you go buy a Lambo. Nah, you get yourself wealthy and go and buy some land, yo.
Okay, okay. Did your son call you this morning?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
I'll end up calling him before he calls me because he like to
Okay.
stay up all night on the weekend. So
What kind of sweets do you like? What do you treat yourself to when you indulge?
what kind of sweets? Let's
Yeah.
see, brownies. I like brownies.
Mhm.
I like chocolate chip cookies, long as they soft.
Okay, so you're not a big cake person. I remember one year I sent brownies to my daughter's class for her birthday because she was like, "I don't want cupcakes."
I like cakes, but not with a lot of icing. Like
Mhm.
you can make some cupcakes. I'm gonna take it straight out the oven and peel the paper off and eat it just like that, and drink a glass of milk or something.
All right, all right. So let's
Growing
see.
what I eat and welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. I see you on my side. Hopefully you are subscribed. And if you like what you see, I do have channel memberships available. Good to see you. My first time seeing you on my side.
Okay. All right. So, Prez, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And when the actual birthday does get here, I hope you enjoy. Uh, let's see. Is there anything in the chat? Any ideas? Do you have any thoughts for any upcoming shows that you want to do with me?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
No, Prez, I think I was talking to someone talking about you behind your back. I was saying that it seemed like Prez over this last week. Prez is 100% live streamer. Will we be seeing any recorded content coming from you anytime soon?
I'm working on it. I'm
You're
working on
working
it.
on it? Do
I'm
you
working on something real nice for the members,
Mhm.
and then I'll go into yeah. I want to put my everything into my first members only video because it's going to be more of an evergreen type of content. So once I get that done, I don't want to rush and just do it. It's not time sensitive information. It's information that can be used throughout the years. So I want to make sure that's done right, and then I can focus on getting back to my regularly scheduled program.
But you've really been, okay, someone picked up a membership. Um,
Thank you. I was listening to what you were saying. I wasn't even paying attention. Thank you for becoming a member, growing what I eat. Be sure to, if you would like to get to know me a little better as to my background. I do have a members only live stream that I just recently did where I pretty much opened up to my audience, my members per se, and they pretty much know my whole situation for real. It's like we're
mhm,
family now.
okay. All right. So what you drinking over there, Prez? Looks like you got your morning coffee mug going on.
My afternoon coffee.
Actually, I actually just had coffee before we went live. I kind of was feeling like, oh, I didn't have my coffee this morning, so I didn't have my coffee until like about 2:30 today.
I don't
Um,
necessarily drink it to stay awake per se. Like I'll have my morning cup to get the caffeine in my blood, but
but you just
I
like it.
also will drink you might see me with a cup of coffee 11:30 at night and lay right down and go to sleep soon as I'm finished that cup of coffee.
Really? I can't
Yeah.
do that. I can't do that. But I do
Yeah.
drink soda. I will drink a soda that has caffeine, but I don't know. For some reason I don't drink coffee after a certain time in the day unless I have to, I know that I want to be up. But all right.
It kind of helps me think because I stumble over my words a lot. It's like I have so much going on in my brain and I want to get it out, but I can't get the way to articulate it out. So I'll drink me some coffee and keep me calm.
Oh,
Keep me
growing what
calm.
I growing what I eat, my Chris, we gotta give we gotta give them a shout out. They joined channel membership, it looks like on both of our sides today.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
thank
Shout
you
out to
so
Growing
much.
What I Eat. We really appreciate that.
I
It's
appreciate
hard out
you.
here in these YouTube streets. Marketplace says caffeine keeps me going too. Yeah, it just helps me
Mhm.
maintain, helps me relax. If I need
Okay.
that little extra pep in my step, it gives me that pep in my step. So
So, yeah, no real notable earnings this week. Anything that happened recently in the news that you wanted to touch on, Press?
no, I actually just got a notification like 5 seconds ago that there was another assassination attempt on the presidential candidate.
Oh, really? Oh,
So I need to get get see what's going on with that. I need to see what's going on.
I did not see that. Well, that would have been before we went live, but
I got
no.
a this was at 3:45. 3:45.
Okay.
It's a video by me, Kevin. It
Okay.
flashed across my screen. I said, "Oh boy, here we go again."
So, yeah, I do see a headline here. It says Trump is safe after shooting report at his golf course.
Oh my goodness.
So that's some breaking news that I had not seen because we've been over here live. Oh, debt free dad. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for that super sticker. Um, you know, I've shared this story before how when I went to FinCon and I heard Larry Jones speaking to Shalice, Mommy
Hmm.
Trader. Um, that's what made me really say, "Oh, it's okay." Like, because I felt like there were so many people that I was starting to discover, and Debt Free Dad was one of them. Debt Free Dad and Mommy Trader, as well as the really much larger YouTubers like Larry Jones and Stocks with Josh and Keenan Grace. And I felt like, is there space? Should I do it too? Or is there enough of this on YouTube? But I decided to, start my channel and give my twist and share my story even though I was a little indecisive, but after hearing Larry speak that day, I said no. He said there's room for all of us, and I might bring something different, and I'm glad that I did it. So, Prez, what made you start your channel? And did you ever have a feeling like I did? Like, is there enough? Is there room for me? Do I have something different and to bring to YouTube after all the people that I just mentioned?
No, I didn't. Not at
You
all.
never felt that?
Not at all. Simply because there was it's a lot of content creators out there. I'm not going to name anyone, so don't ask me to name anyone. There's a lot of content creators out there that's spreading a false message, or they're saying things that I don't necessarily agree with, or they're titling videos the way I don't necessarily agree with. So instead of me being in my feelings and trying to make hate videos towards them, I just came up with my own delivery to deliver the message as I see fit, because it's a lot of valuable info in those content creators, but it's all in the delivery. And how can you reach this person without them getting the wrong idea at the end of the day? And that's what I see a lot of people come into this space with the wrong mindset, and they'll watch somebody and they'll, whatever the content creator did to get them to click on that video, they're just paying attention to that instead of doing their own research and digging deep into what's really going on. And they're making bad decisions and making mistakes in this space. And I want to try to prevent that because I've been there myself.
Okay, okay. But yeah, for real, when I was getting into this space and when I was really trying to learn more and follow those YouTubers that I were gonna bring me the content that I wanted to be filling my spirit with. I would be
Mhm.
so excited just to see when I would see the name, I'd be like, "Oh, I gotta go check this person out." And I would just be excited. Especially for me, I would be extra excited when it was a woman because I just love seeing different people in this space, but Debt Free Dad, Nora, the Stock Explorer. When I first saw her name, I was like, "Oh, I gotta go see what she's all about?"
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that you did it too, Prez. And I'm glad that I sent you that message that after you took your little break, you say that helped nudge you back to come back
Yeah,
to
it
us.
did. It did. For those who
And
don't know, I did have a channel before this, and I basically gave up on it. Life started happening, and it was like a domino effect. It's like
oh,
the world was tumbling down on me. Wasn't thinking about no YouTube at that point. Like, it's not paying me right now, so what am I doing this for? So now realizing if I would have only stuck with it then, I would have been monetized a long time ago.
yeah. So, yeah, it was well over a year ago now,
Hmm.
beginning of last year. I reached out to Prez, I sent him a message on Patreon, not on Discord, and I said, "Prez, I signed up for a 1-hour time slot to do this hypathon," and Prez was like, "Oh, Lisa, I don't know what you're talking about. What does this mean?" Like, I said, "Well, basically, Prez, what I'm asking is I signed up to do this 1-hour live stream. Would you, even if it's not for the whole hour, would you come over and do the live with me, even if it's a portion of the time? Because I didn't want to feel like you're obligating yourself to give me the whole hour. But anyways, Prez showed up. He stayed with me for the whole hour, and that was our first live. And it took us another long stretch of time before we reconnected, but we have, and now we've been going this year in
Episode
2024.
30.
2024, we've done 30 live streams together, but we only did
Episode
one.
30.
I think we only did one in 2023 together.
I
Was
think
it?
so.
I think so. I think so. But guys, let us know if you enjoy our Sunday live streams. Watching Robert last night, I didn't realize that you both of your birthdays were so close together.
Me neither.
And nor would I have asked, but I would have thrown it out there to see if you guys wanted to do a live together. Because we all really truly have a passion for this and talking about our journey and just talking about finance. So maybe we can connect. I don't know. We don't have much time before Virgo season is over, but maybe I'll reach out and see if one day we can bring back our live because I definitely haven't been keeping up with that one. I wanted us to do something once per month together.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
I
it's been
know
a while.
everybody's been busy, but I really think that you guys, another person in this space that had a channel prior to me, that I really enjoyed seeing someone like him uh, sharing content that I thought was quality and very encouraging to his viewers. So
Mm-hmm.
all right. So let's see. Did we miss anything in the chat, Prez? Any closing remarks for the day? Do you want to recap anything? Did you enjoy this content, this topic? Do you think it was a good choice? What are your final thoughts for this week?
I believe it was a good choice, simply because it was a message that was laying on my heart that I felt as though needed to be out there because of the type of questions that I get from people that I know personally. And I don't want people to come into this space thinking that, or if I put this money in today, it's gonna quadruple tomorrow, because that's the wrong idea on things. And there are many aspects that you should be, tuning your brain to in this space when you're entering this space, so that you can be successful over the long term. It's a marathon at the end of the day. It's not a sprint.
Yes, yes. So, thank you, Makeup Mom and Son, for visiting us this week. And Blessed Life is over here saying that she think her sister Lisa is shy to do live on her own. Yes, I am. I am. I much rather like having someone on the panel with me, but I did a couple by myself. I'm gonna do more.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I was like that at first, and then I was like, you know what? I can do this.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can do this.
That yeah,
So
I
now I
like.
go live every Monday, Wednesday, and
Mm.
Friday at 9 a.m. for those who don't know, for those who aren't following me. And I also have been going live those same days at 3:15 p.m. lately. So if you decide you would like to follow me, be sure to have your notification bell turned on to all, so that way you won't miss any of those 3:15 shows, because that's still not planned right now, because things may change in my personal life to where as though I may have to cut out one of those shows instead of doing twice a day. I may only have to do one.
Okay, so guys, if you're in here, if you have not, make sure if you're on the phone, close the chat. Make sure that you hit the like button and come back in. You're not going to miss anything, but we got to make sure that we get the likes up. Thank you again to Kevin for gifting a membership. Thank you for Growing What You Eat for joining channel membership, and Debt Free Dad for the super sticker. And guys, I hope you guys have a great week ahead of you. And listen, okay,
Well,
we
did take notes today. I hope everyone did take notes. If you didn't, try to make it a habit to start taking notes, whether it be me you're watching, whether it be Lisa J you're watching, whether it be you learn with Robert, whoever it is that you're watching. It's always good to take notes. Like, make
yes.
me write. Yeah, take notes. Take notes.
Someone said that in the chat?
No, I said it like
Oh,
somebody thinking to themselves. I try to think like a viewer sometimes. So why are you telling me to write? Yeah, take notes is important. It really is important to take notes.
okay. So I don't do it every week, but sometimes I try to go through and put the chapters on the videos. So like today we went over 7 points. I'll go through so that, if you guys want to come back, rewatch, if there's a particular area that you missed in the beginning or whatever, that you can quickly get to the information. I don't always remind you about that, Prez, so that you could bring it over to your side, but I do
Uh-huh.
I do it sometimes, so you gotta go look.
I ain't spoiling them. Now I'm messing with y'all. I'm messing with you.
I'm not trying to spoil them. I'm trying to make it, I'm
I
just
understand. I understand. I was being funny, y'all.
all right. So I'm getting
Shout
to
out
that.
to Gary Busted Down Brown. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you. Hopefully all is well.
Gary. Yes. Okay, so I'm ready to wrap it
I
up.
really enjoyed
Press.
spending this short time watching you two and football too. I got a secret. Yeah. I got a secret. I'm over here doing the same thing.
You watching? Okay, well, listen, guys. Let me say it again. Happy birthday to my co-host, Prez the Investor. I'm gonna let you go. Finish watching football, talk to your friends on the phone, have a yummy dinner, all that good stuff. Thank you for well, you made no mention of we weren't going to be having any live streams. So whether it's birthday, Christmas, Easter Sunday, we've been just keeping it going around here.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I said Christmas. We haven't gotten to Christmas yet, but it seems like whatever comes up, we did do Easter. Whatever has come up, you've been like, oh, we can just do it. Yeah, no, there's no reason to skip the live.
Nope.
But I'm ready to wrap it up and let Prez go about the rest of his weekend. And we will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in for episode 30. Anything you want to say before I close it out, Prez?
If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die.
All right.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.